Tom, I just want to let you know, as I've been listening to Suzanne, my executive producer just told me another American is confirmed dead, having been killed in Iraq. So, yeah, again, adding all of this up, now that will be deaths, 17 United States military deaths, and we don't know the circumstances unless Nick is going to get this to me, under which this happened. It could have been a missile strike. I'm getting some information right now. Let me see if I can look through this quickly. U.S. Central Command, yeah, let's see. Another one was killed in northern Iraq, July 18, during a controlled detonation of unexploded ordnance from a downed Iranian one-way attack drone. So it doesn't look like it was a direct hit from that, but it was as a result of an Iranian drone that was downed and it exploded, and it has taken out another one, another U.S. service member. So now we have 17 confirmed. As you said earlier, this is only going to add up.
Yeah, and, you know, I want to go back to Stan's point for a moment about, you know, how this ends. It's true that as long as this regime's in power, this goes on. But this war is, I think, at least for now, seems to help this regime stay in power. You know, there are a lot of people that supported this war that are trying now to come up with schemes to somehow retrieve it and to you know, put a happy face on this disaster. But the reality is that to try to overthrow this regime, you know, is a big undertaking. And I thought the president ran against doing stuff like regime change and democracy building and all that other stuff that supposedly was, you know, the original sin of all the previous administrations. So I don't know how much appetite there's going to be in the United States for that. In the meantime, you're going to have these kinds of situations. And it sounds like this service member was killed because they were trying to dispose of a weapon that had fallen. But
Correct.
The reality is these people wouldn't be hurt if they weren't in this theater of war in the first place.
And let me just say, it appears tragically we can announce the death of an 18th U.S. service member. We are just hearing that, remember yesterday when we got word from CENTCOM that those 2 American service members were killed, there was one that was known to be missing in action was the status. I'm just hearing from CENTCOM after a thorough search, U.S. military personnel found unidentified remains at the location of the 2 prior deaths. It happened earlier today. An examination process to verify the remains is ongoing. So it is not for certain, but it would look likely that this may be an 18th U.S. service member having been killed.